Hello and welcome back to another lecture on learning Autodesk Inventor. In this video we are going to continue with a new panel which is right next to the Create panel, which we explained in the previous lectures. Now we are going to talk about the Modify panel. So as you can see, it has many tools. We are going to explain each and every one, what they do, why they are useful, but we are not going to go into too many details because that would take us just too much time. So let's begin with the first one, with the hole. As you might thought, it is used to create a simple hole, but it has some other details which we are going to explain. This is the fillet option. It is used to create some fillets. Then we have the chamfer, the shell, the draft, the thread, combine, thicken or offset, split, direct, delete face, and if we click here we have some more options. We have the move bodies option, the bend part, and the copy object. So let's get started. First we are going to learn how to use this tool right here, the hole tool. Let's first create our sketch because we are going to need an object, and let's go and make a rectangle here at the center. Let's give it some dimension. Let's make it 50 by 50 millimeters. Right click and hit OK. Zoom a little bit out and go ahead and finish the sketch. Now let's go and extrude this. Let's make it symmetric and let's make it 100 and hit OK. Now as you can see we have our solid body here. Okay, now we're going to use this tool here. Select on it, just click it, and now you can see we have some options here to choose. First we are going to make just a simple hole because once again we are not going into much details because there are countless options here which we sometimes never use or use very rare. Okay, let's make just a simple hole. To make a hole, you select your face which you want to make it. Let's make it in this top face here. Just click somewhere, and now we have our hole here. As you can see, it is asking us to give it a diameter. To change the diameter, just go here and give it a diameter. Let's make it 5, or let's make it even bigger. Let's make it 10. Okay, hit OK, and now we have a hole, just a simple hole. Of course we could do it also by using the extrude tool, but we are going to explain some other features here. So let's go to the hole here and edit feature right here. Okay, so now what we're going to do next, let's try this option here. So this has many more options. We can select any hole we want. If you want a clearance hole, if you want a tapped hole, or a tapped hole. Now we can select our tapper here, and we have some more details to change here. As you can see, we can change the direction here, but all of these are very confusing. As you can see here, it is all by standard, so you cannot change very much. Let's go back and make another simple hole. Now we can make it counterbore, we can make it a spot face, or we can make it countersink. So let's try this one. Now we select this here. It says us what degree you want. Let's try it 45 degree. Let's zoom in so you can see this the spot right here. We can add the diameter of this bigger circle here. We can make it 15. Oops. Let's make it 15. Oops, I did it too big. Let's make it smaller. Let's make it 10. Okay. Now we can change the diameter. We can make this 5, and so just you have an idea on how to work with these. Now we can go ahead and change the position. So let's make it from this side, let's make it 25 millimeters, and this from this side, let's make it 25 as well. Okay, so you first need to have a reference line, and then you can give the coordinates of this of the hole. You can also change the depth of the hole. You can go here and edit it, and let's see the size. Okay, here. Now we can edit the distance here. We can make it let's say 15 millimeters. Let's make it bigger, 25. And now you can see it is not through all, it's only as we have it given. So it's from this point here to the top here. Okay, is there any more thing we can change here? Yes, we can change also the angle of this cone right here. But we're not gonna play around with that, we're just gonna leave it like this. So let's just hit OK and see what we got. And now you can see we have a simple hole here. Alright. So I think that's it for the hole. We have here many more options, but we are not going to explain each and every one because that would take us just too much time. Okay, let's go ahead and continue with the next tool here, which is the fillet. So you might be very familiar with it because many other software have this tool also. So first we have let's place this in the middle here. We have this constant, which will make the fillet constant in every point of it. We can select only one edge, for example this one, then we can select this one, and then this one, and this one. Or if we want to select a loop, let's just undo that. Let's try one more time. If we want to select a loop, we just have to select it, just like this, and it will make the total loop fillet. It will fillet the total loop. Okay, now if you want to make fillet all the edges of the body, just go and one more time, click feature, and now we can select the body. Or if we want to make the whole, we can also do that by just clicking on it. Let's make first this body. Okay, hit OK, and as you can see now, all the edges are made with fillets. Let's go and edit it. Edit feature. Okay, what can we change here? We can make it variable, but first we need to delete this. Now we can go ahead and try one more time. Let's go and make it variable. So now you select a edge. Let's make this one. And now we can select our points in which we want to change the radius of this fillet. Let's make 1 point here, 1 point here, and 1 point here. So now we can go and edit. This is the first one. So this is the second. So start and the end. So this is point 1. This is point 2. Let's change this. Let's make it 5. And as you can see, it has now a bigger fillet. Let's go and make this 10. and as you can see, it is now even bigger. So that's how this feature works. We can also add more sections if we want, add more points on it, just like that. Okay, let's cancel this. I'm not gonna save it. Let's go and see what these are. So this is to make a edge fillet. This is to make a face fillet. So what does that mean? Let's go and see here. Let's select this face, and let's try this face. So now we have a bigger fillet like this. With a radius. Let's try it one more time. And as you can see, that's how it works. Now let's see what this one does. Let's select this face, then this face, and then this face. Oops. One more time. We'll select first this, then the center face, and then the third face. And now you can see it made this little curve right here, this fillet. Okay, so that's it for the fillet, and now let's go ahead with the chamfer one. Let's go and select it. It's pretty much the same like the fillet. You select an edge, then you give the distance. Let's just explain. So if we were to choose this option here, this point from here to here will always be the same from here to here. But if we want to change that, we can just go ahead and make it 10. So this will be then bigger. But if we want this one, let's say, to be smaller than this one, we can go here and change this distance and angle. This one more time. Let's select this edge right here. Okay. Now we have to select our distance. Let's say it 10, and then we give it an angle. Let's make it okay, 60 millimeters. And as you can see, now it is the angle of 60 degrees, sorry. But if you wanted to change it in millimeters, if you don't want to use the angle option, let's go and one more time click here. Let's view it from the right side, and now you can give your values. So this one right here is this one here. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it 5, and this one is this one here. Let's make it also smaller. Let's make it 7. And okay, that's how it works. Just hit OK, and here we have our chamfer. Okay, let's try it one more option. Let's make it the same in both sides, and let's try this. Okay, hit apply, or just hit OK. Now we have this thing like right here. Okay, let's continue with another tool, which is the shell tool. Which one is this tool is used to create walls and to delete faces. So let's see how that works. Let's select this one, and now let's select the face we want to remove, and as you can see, it has created some walls which we can change. We can make it, we can change its thickness. let's make it 2 and just hit OK. Now you can see how it works. Alright. Now we have another tool here, which is the draft tool. But in order to use that, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete all of them. Delete. Okay. And now we are left with this. Let's go one more time. Draft. The pull direction. Let's choose this. Let's choose the face. And now we can just edit the angle. Okay, just like that. Hit OK, and now we have this shape right here. So let's continue with the next tool. We have a thread, but in order to use this we first need to create a hole. Let's make a hole real quick. Let's just make a random hole. OK. Now we will use the thread, and we select our hole here. We can make some specifications, some thread types, the size and so on, but we are not gonna go into deep details. Let's just click OK for now. And we have some threads here, but we cannot see very well. Now what do we have next? We have here a combine tool, which is nothing more or less than just to combine or to cut two different objects. Then we have, of course, this thicken or offset. Let's just go and select this face, for example. So as you can see, it will give it a certain thickness. Let's just go and give it a 1 mm thickness. We can also change the direction. We could make it symmetrical, but unless it's a solid object, we cannot do that. Let's just make it 1 mm. Hit OK. Now we can't see actually, but it has done it. But we can't see it because it was just too small. All right. Now we can continue with the other option here, the split option, which is to split objects. So let's see how that works. First we will need a split line or a splitting tool. We can use a plane to split it. Let's use this plane for example. Let's make it visible. So let's say we want to split it by this plane here. Okay. Let's go split option. Okay, let's select the splitting tool and the feature that we want to split. Select this one. Okay, it's best to select the whole object. One more time, select the splitting tool and select the whole object. And hit OK. Now we have two different objects here. So this is the opposite of this one. This is just to combine. Undo that. So I want to show you one more thing. Let's choose this one, trim solid. This is asking us which part we want to remove, this one or this one. Let's select this one, hit OK, and so we are left only with this side here, right here. Okay, so that's the split tool. Now we have the direct option. This is to directly change the parameters of our model here. Let's just see what it does. We can move it we can resize it just like this. We can scale it, the whole body if we wanted. You can just go around and play with these. We can also rotate it. Let's rotate it by this point here and select this one. OK. We can also delete it. Okay, now we have also this option here, delete face, which is just to delete faces. And we have some more options here. So this is move bodies, which is just to move some bodies just like this. Very simple. Now we have this one, but I'm gonna explain this then this. Okay, this is copy object. You select your object, then you just copy it. And now I want to explain the last option here, which is the bend part. Just undo this. I'm going to delete all of them. Delete. Okay. I'm going to start a new sketch here. Start new sketch. Let's make a rectangle. Like this. Okay. Go and extrude that. Let's give it a distance. Let's make it 100. And now, in order to use this tool, we will need also a sketch, a body plus a sketch. Let's go and make a sketch right here. We can choose this face here. And now, we have to make a line by which we want to bend it. So let's say we want to bend it in this part here. Hit finish sketch and then go ahead and choose the bend tool. Now we select the bend line, and as you can see, it automatically bended. So we can also of course change the angle, the radius, and all stuff like this. We can change also the direction if we want it. The side, then the directions, and you can do many things with it. Let's just hit OK. Okay, let's make the angle a little bit bigger, 100 millimeters. Oh, let's make it smaller, 45. The radius of this point here, let's make it 20. So you can see what's going on. Let's make it even bigger, 50. So this is the radius in which we are changing. Let's make it once again 10. And that's all it is to it. Hit OK. Let's make this line invisible. And so that's it for this option, for this tool. Okay, so that's it for this video. It was a pretty quick review of all of these tools. Of course, we are not going to stop by this. We are going to explain them later on. We are going to use them many times, and you will get familiar with all of these tools right here. Okay, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next lecture. Goodbye.